very selfish. And I really thought there was 3 in the family, 3 boys, and that all the money got divided up 3 ways. And when he left, then it was gonna get divided up 2 ways. And when that one left, all for me. That really is the way I thought, you know. So when it came time to wean me, you know, they really had to kind of play really hardball with me because I was still in the, you know, I was still in the good meat. I remember when I graduated from college, some kids got cars. So I went home, asked her, I have a car. So I asked my mom, you didn't ask my dad, I asked my mom. So I told her, ask Daddy if I could have a car. That's a good win. She said, your daddy ain't gonna buy you no car. So I asked her about anyway. So your mom's gonna be loved, so they kind of hang out there with you sometime, even though they know what the answer's gonna be. They won't tell you, they just go get it and bring it back. So Daddy, she came back, your daddy ain't buying you no car. So I said, well, tell him buy me a used car. I just to show you the mentality. Say, you can buy me a used car. Mom said, Dad, your daddy ain't buying you a used car. I said, well, Mom, you know, check with me. So she came back the day. Another thing about moms know when to ask. Yes. And you can push them and you can definitely get a no fast. But if mom say, well, I'll talk to him, you don't need to be saying, Mom, go do it right now, because mom knows she'll catch him when he's mellow or whatever, he had a beer or whatever it is, and then they can get a yes for you. Even though they don't even agree, they'll try to, I think mom want to be loved, so they're going to stay with you, see. Came back, no used car. So I said, okay, well, Mom, see if you're going to buy me a used car, you give me a down payment for a used car. That's ridiculous, huh? A down payment. I was going in the Army in 3 months, so I was going to pay for it myself. So Mom said, well, I don't think you're going to do that. I said, well, Mom, he'll do down payment on his car. I'm going to get a job in 3 months. So she came back. And when she came back that time, she said, your daddy wants to talk to you in the morning. So my dad left early in the morning. So her job was to get me up. So he got me up. I had to be down at the industrial table like about 6 in the morning. And Daddy came down. He said, I need to tell you something, you know. He said, I ain't giving you another damn dime. They say, 4 years of college is more than my parents were able to give any of us, you know. He said, I'm going to give you a one-way ticket. No, he said, Morris is going to get, he wouldn't even trust me with the money. Morris is going to get you a one-way ticket into the Army. And if you don't make it there, you just keep on. Just keep on going. I don't know what you're going to do, but if you can't make it, just keep on going, you know. Now, then I understood. My daddy was going to buy me a car. mean, because I wasn't, mature at the time. I mean, I was just, matter of fact, I was so bad, I went on and bought the first car I could buy new. I was making $222 a month and paying $110 a month car note. Show you how way out I was. And Bernice came and said, "Where's the money?" And I said, "Well," and I mean, we had 110 out of 2 something to live on, and my car was sitting out on the driveway. Brand new 57 Chevrolet, looking good. And we didn't have no gas money. We used to wash it and clean it. And then I would tell my neighbors, can I get a ride in with you tomorrow? Bernice may need a car. Bernice, I'll drive. But I had no gas. I owned over half of my salary was on a brand new car that I couldn't even drive. But that's how I wasn't thinking. Now after that, Nana kicked in after that. That's my mom. And now Bernice has to pry this hand over now. She needs a crowbar to get some money out of me. Now I went to the other extreme, girl. What? There got to be a second-hand one someplace, girl. Keep looking. Keep looking. But I mean, that's how you're raised, the younger ones underneath, So, yeah, I think it's there may be different things now that makes that is the differential, but I think that the pecking order makes it. If I'm wrong, I mean, I don't mind being corrected, but I heard him tell his boy, he's the big brother, right there. Brian's the big brother. He's been told he's the big brother. He's to look after his little sister. I heard that. In the house. So
that's the way it is.
I think
that's the way it is. That is the way it is. And when Mom left home, Marsh was in charge.
Yeah.
Carlton broke something. Marsh got the beat. Marsh was in charge. And one night, and this was years ago, Joe Lewis was fighting on radio. We was in the living room listening to it. Carlton snuck out of the living room, went into the kitchen, and thought he had got some peanut butter.
They made me eat that
mustard. But it was mustard. And he just laid that stuff on, and he come running into the living room with this sandwich with this mustard on it. And Marsh said, "Now you eat."
They were mean. I went in the Army, I went in with some experience about not being able to get a job. So, so that's kind of like in the back of my mind. I didn't have a whole lot of confidence about what I was going to have to do to get a job. And then, so I decided to stay in the Army to kind of think things out. And what you would do when you say you're going to stay in the Army, they put you on orders right away. And I didn't know that. So they put me on orders the next month. And they send you to Germany, and you've got to do 3 years before you get back. So that's how I got over there with Europe, thinking about wanting to get out and couldn't apply for a job because I was in Germany. So I ended up staying in the military. And so I just kept going, and at the end, near the end of my 20 years, I was what they call a reserve officer, and you could do 20 years for retirement. In like 18th or 19th year, I went back to school. I was at Hampton, Fort Monroe, Virginia, and I went back to school and took enough courses to get 24 hours of accounting. And so when I got out of the service, then I was able to apply for accounting jobs, and I applied for job in the government through IRS. They were hiring. You could usually get in the government through IRS because they can't keep people. So, and that's how I got into that. And then after the first meeting, they told you the conditions under which they would fire you. That was the first meeting we had. And just something about that didn't fix it.
That's why they couldn't keep people, right?
You know, I had little personnel management classes. I mean, I just thought that was stupid. I mean, welcome people and tell them 3 ways I'm going to fire you. So I decided right then I was going to get out of IRS. So I ended up getting transferred to, once you get in, you can transfer it anywhere. So I got into, this is an interesting story. My mom was getting up in age then, and I talked to her and I said, well, maybe I need to go back home with all these grandkids out here in Texas. So I applied all over the East Coast, and a lot of them in D.C. area, because that's where most of the jobs were, and then Philadelphia, which is right next door to where our home was. And some of those job descriptions just had my name on it. I mean, it just was, this just me. This is me. You know what I mean? This is just me. You know? And you know, I didn't get an answer from nobody. Not one soul, except one guy in Dallas called me up and wanted to know if I wanted to come to Dallas and apply for a job. You know, so yeah, my wife, you know, she's, you know, she goes about, you know, our steps are ordered. So she said, well, you know, I guess we ain't supposed to go home. You know, I mean, that's the way to take that answer. You know, for all them jobs I applied for, and not one person called me up just to even ask me my middle initial. What is stood. They ain't called me, asked me nothing. So I went on to Dallas, and I got into a program called Head Start, which was really starting to grow. Clinton came in for a whole lot of things. So that was the place for me to go, because that's where I flourished.
Cool. Pop-Pop was in the military as well? Anybody? I saw a sword of Pop-Pop. Does anybody know what that sword was about?
Well, he won the war last I heard. That's what my mother says. My mother said each year Papa was more instrumental in the winning of the war. So each year he's doing much. She said he wasn't doing too much when she met him. She said by the time he left here, he won that war almost by himself. So I don't know where my daddy was. I know he was in the Army, and I know he got a veteran pension.
It's just a ceremonial.
He got a pension.
You got through the basic. Yeah.
My mother-in-law talked to me quite a bit when I went to stay with her while he was in the service, and she came to New Jersey. So she told me a lot of history about Papa, he did serve in France, and so that was the main thing, and she was very proud of him. In World War I.
Well, they didn't fight, but, you know, they didn't have blacks on the battlefield at that time. If I remember, he was on the docks. And I remember, because he had a gas mask on downstairs because of mustard gas.
Right.
During World War I. Yeah.